Welcome back, everyone, to another very special edition of the Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Michael Moreno, and with me is, once again, our pitmaster, James Pacheco. Coach James Pacheco, how you doing over there, James?
Doing fine, thank you. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good.
So today we're going to continue our barbecue series, and seeing as how it's the 4th of July weekend, we thought what a perfect opportunity to have an episode, grilling some steaks, doing some stuff. I know a lot of you guys will be out there barbecuing this weekend. As things are opening up, you guys are getting together with your families, and we want to show you that you can, in fact, be out there and still be functional and be able to do some cooking. So with no further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Coach James Pacheco. Take it away, boss.
Thank you. Hello, IrisVision family. Welcome. And if you notice everything about grilling now, low vision, I'm legally blind, just like over half of you. We can still do things. I use the IrisVision, prep my meat, stuff like that. I got a nice cloudy day, so I don't need it out here. If I did, I would use it. I would stationary myself and come do what I need to do, turn. So there's not much walking. You don't want to walk with the device, but you can still do a lot. Alrighty, so everything about grilling, just like cooking or doing anything, high contrast. My tray is high contrast. Okay, I can see the meat. I can tell which ones are there. I got 3 of them. Same thing with my seasonings. I can reach over, grab my seasoning. I got a little colored bowl. Just make things easier on yourself. And then when you have your stuff situated, I always put my meat to the right, seasoning, paper towels, and then my cooking gadgets, my gloves. I only need this for today, my fork, my pitchfork. Okay, so it's very important. I should get some different color butcher paper, but I got to go through this like 2,000 foot roll first, and then I'll go from there. All right, so today we're going to be doing some T-bone steaks, one of my favorites, ribeyes, T-bones, filet mignon, all in the category. I got my grill preheated. If you notice my grill, I have grill grates. Those are very, very good for visually impaired. You know how you get the flare up, the big flame? Well, this prevents it. You'll have one, but it'll go back down. It doesn't just keep going. And the same thing that I like about cooking outside, with the flame, it's dangerous, right? For us blind, visually impaired, low vision, blind. So the easiest is fire starts, you just shut the lid, let it go. The regulator on the propane tank, it won't reverse. All it's gonna do is burn out. So you don't have to throw water, nothing like that, just a safety tip. Okay, that I learned when I was taught visually impaired. All right, so I got the grill grates. We're gonna throw some steaks on there real quick, okay? And these are a little thinner. We're gonna do 3 minutes and then turn, 3 minutes, then turn. Make it easy on yourself, set a timer, okay? And I'll show you another trick. So I'll go ahead and slap these on the grill grates. You hear that sizzle?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and next to it, I have a camp chip griddle, just a gridiron. They're not expensive, 40 bucks or something like that. That way I can sear. I do reverse sear. So with a steak, I time it. Okay, I like to time it. I like to get it exact. And the best way, rule of thumb, I like mine medium rare. Okay, 4 minutes per side. I'm going 3 minutes because I'm going to sear them. And the timer started, right? Good. Okay, so I always set a timer. You can tell Alexa, set timer 3 minutes. Mine's right by my kitchen. My daughter's helping me, so she did it on Siri. Okay, another way to tell, you can tell by probing the steaks, by pushing on it. Okay, you hold your finger like this, then you reach over. That's medium rare. You push it on the thumb spot. Medium rare, okay, medium, okay, medium well, and then well. It toughens up. So just by pressing, you can tell how your steak is. It's really easy to do. You press the top. Now, when you flip the steak, it is a little warm, but you don't have to sit there and touch it. All you're going to do is press on. I can press on it now because I just put them there. Okay. So that's another trick. So right here is medium rare. That's about 4 minutes. You 4 minutes, you turn. Okay. 4 minutes, flip it over. 4 minutes, 4 minutes. So about 16 minutes. I don't know if we're going to have enough time, but you guys will get the gist of it. All righty, we're going to go 3 minutes though to make it quicker, and then I'll sear it. Okay, so once I get going, once I get it, I don't want to close the lid. You want it to breathe. A lot of people think you close the lid. You don't, because that's going to affect the bark on your steak. I like a little toughness. You know, I like it soft in the middle, but I like a little bit of the bark. Okay, when you close your lid, it starts making like a steam. I don't know if you guys have heard that. I've learned it black belt trick from Harry Sue. Really good pitmaster. I tried it both ways. Charcoal is probably my favorite way to grill, but gas is just as good. A little less flavor, but still just as good and a lot easier. All right, so now I'm just listening, making sure the grill's nice and hot. I have my temp settings. It's real. What I did when I got the grill, I got a pack of biscuits. Okay, you know, the easy rise biscuits you put in the oven. I forgot what they're called, Pillsbury or whatever. And I put them all over the grill. Okay, I put them all over the grill, and I turned my grill on. I put it all on the lowest setting, and then I'd come and I can see which ones are rising faster. It's a good, you know, it shows you where your hot spots if you want to go that far. So I know right in the center, for some reason to the left, this is my hottest spot. So that's where I set up my grill grates. I don't know if you guys want to go that far. And I do the same thing with my smokers, my big smokers. I know where the hot spots are, so I can move meat, you know, accordingly. Veggies, whatever you're smoking or grilling. All righty, so we're gonna speed this up a little. There it is. Okay, reset 3 minutes. So now the timer went off. So now I'm gonna turn it, okay? You don't have to do it by hand, I'm used to it. Just turn it a little bit. Now, if you don't like to do it by hand, I got my cooking utensil right here, which I advise you guys to do if you're not experienced. Okay, grab it and just give it a little turn and you'll see why I do that. So now we're gonna go another 3 minutes. So letting them sear like that, okay? So we're gonna do 3 minutes, turn, you should do 4 minutes. These are a little thinner T-bones on sale, so they cut them just a hair. These are about 1 inch, I like 1.5 inches. Okay, so 4 minutes, turn, 4 minutes, then flip it, 4 minutes, turn, 4 minutes, done, and then we sear. All righty, piece of cake, nothing to it. So then also, when I'm using my grill, okay, the heat's all the way up, I know my adjustments. I used IrisVision, and I looked at it so I could know where my timers are, my temperatures are. So this is the hottest, okay? When I'm grilling 400 degrees, right now we're probably at 450, 460, I would guess. If I want it hotter, 5 something, then I know that's my max right there. And I do it by feel. I already examined it with the IrisVision. I know this is halfway, that's medium. And then if I turn all the way, that's low. So I go right in between. I hit the low and I come back 1/4 inch right between half and medium, more on the medium side, okay? That's where I want it. Now this side, I have a lot higher for the griddle. I want it to sear, so I want that iron really hot. Okay, so if you look, that's high. I come back about halfway. Okay, hot, come back about halfway, and right there will be high, medium. That's hot enough. All right. So know your grill. If you're gonna, you can do this. Low vision, vision impaired. We do it all the time. Our life changes. We just learn to adapt. Simple things. You know, high contrast. You want to be able to see. You want to be able. You don't want to be reaching around. And just get into a routine. Have your stuff set up. I know my paper towels are over here. My cooking gloves. Okay. My pitchfork is here. My seasoning is in the middle, right here. When I'm smoking meat, then I have my mop sauce right in the middle. Meat over here. Same thing. I try to set it up the same. If I'm cooking in the kitchen, off to the side of the stove, I set everything just repetition and high contrast. You always want something to bring out behind it. Okay. I don't usually use white bowls, but I wanted to show how the contrast helps. Okay. This is a little plastic plate I put underneath. Simple tricks, nothing to it. Nothing at all to it. Okay. And then smoking, grilling, you pay attention. I mean, you're out here, you're not going to leave the grill and go kick back, jump in the pool. With grilling, you really want to pay attention. If you get a fire, you want to be able to close the lid, okay? And smoking, I really like smoking meat. I'll start my pit at night, let it get to temperature, put the meat on, and then I'll just wake up probably every 2 hours or so. All right, timer's going off, so I'm gonna flip it, set it for another 3. Okay, so I'm gonna flip the steaks, come over here, grab it, and just turn it over. Okay, now, I'm like you guys. I can't see too well, but the contrast lets me know that I'm flipping okay. Get a feel of it. I know to poke in the middle, poke the protein right in the middle, okay? And then you can always adjust them. Okay, the reason that I turned them at 4 minutes is what usually, is it gives it the perfect grill marks. So it'll give grill marks this way. Then when you turn a little bit, then it gives it the crisscross, the checkerboard pattern, we call it. That's the only reason I turned it. You could leave it there for 8 minutes, flip it 8 minutes, and it's done. I just like to throw the little, make it look good. Okay. So now we're going another 3 minutes. They're almost done. Right now, they're about halfway done because we did one side, obviously. And then after 3 minutes, we'll turn this, do the other side. It's real easy. You don't have to sit here and just look at it. If it was nighttime, I'd have my IrisVision on. You don't want to get too close. It'll fog up. Just get back. I mean, you want to use longer handle cooking utensils, of course. Bigger and longer is what we use, right? So that I come over, make sure we're good to go. Don't need to be right up in it. Okay. Nice and easy. If the sun was out, I'd definitely have to have my IrisVision. My eyes, I have cone dystrophy, so the light, like everybody with macular, light hurts our eyes, right? We can't see much. We need light, but when it comes directly on us, it messes us up, right? So I'd have the IrisVision with my own environment. That way I can stand back here. It won't fog up back here. It's not getting overheated. Okay, when you go close, I've seen people go close with it on a couple peer groups, a couple grilling peer groups, and they're like this. You don't do that. It is going to fog up because of heat. You just stay back, zoom in on it. You got zoom. Let the goggles work for you. Okay. In the beginning, I would use it all the time. I wanted to start grilling again. Wanted to learn how to overcome it. I was actually a little afraid of the grill with my eye disability. Now it's like second nature. I know what to do. You don't touch things. You don't reach out and touch things. Everything's hot. Okay, we call it live. Everything's live. You don't want to get shocked, burned, anything like that. So always with a probe. Now, when you saw me go in earlier, I knew where the meat was. Don't do that unless you know what you're doing. It took me a minute, and I've been burned a few times. So I know now that the steak's hot, I'm going to use nothing but my utensil. Okay, and I have my hot gloves ready to go just in case. If I was smoking, I would definitely have these on. The meat after 6 hours can get up to, over 100 degrees. Really, and it's unforgiving, really quick. Okay, so these are also cut resistant gloves. Okay, they're Kevlar on top, rubber base for slip. I use these a lot. I go through a lot. I also put latex gloves over them when I'm grilling. I put high temperature. They're mechanic gloves, I guess, from Walmart or anywhere else you go. Okay, they're called high temperature gloves, mechanic gloves. They're little plastic, not the cheap plastic ones. You want the good ones to resist the heat. Okay, and that just keeps it clean. I can take them off, put on another pair, and these stay. All right, I got them. I'm just gonna move it so we get another grill mark. So we get the grill marks evenly. Give a little checkerboard. Okay. All right, and then we got 3 more minutes and we'll start searing. We will start searing then.
So I got a question for you, James.
Sure. What's going on, Michael?
Someone is looking to get back into grilling, much as you did, when you first got your IrisVision.
Yep.
Is there any particular cut or that you would recommend for just kind of getting, dipping your toes back into grilling?
Good question. Good question. Yes, I would suggest not getting expensive cuts like T-bones, ribeyes. When you're practicing, you want to get sirloin, cheapest meat you can get. You're not trying to make it the great. You just want to learn to get your grill going. You want to learn your grill and make sure you can do it. So I would get cheaper cuts. Now, when you get good at it, then start going for the better cuts. And what I do is I look for sale. Meat can be expensive, right? So anytime you're practicing, don't go get the best filet mignon you can get when you're just got your grill and you're just starting. Yeah, you're probably going to ruin it. There goes the money, right?
Right.
Pay attention to what you're doing. But for me, for grilling ribeyes, I like ribeyes better than filet mignons, believe it or not. My daughter, she'll say filet mignons, but I like ribeyes with the fat in there. I like the taste, butter, everything else.
You're a man after my own heart.
Yeah, pure meat. But
how about? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Michael.
I was gonna ask, how about the folks that like to grill burgers and hot dogs? Do you have any pointers for that?
Yeah, hot dogs are really easy on the grill. You just lay them. The grill grates are like this. Okay, you want your hot dog to go across, and then all you have to do is roll them. Give them a little roll. So when I don't use this. I use a spatula when I do the hot dogs, and that way I can just roll them over. Now burgers, I'll always use a griddle or an iron skillet. Always for burgers. I know people like to put them on the grill grates, but that fat going back into it, that's what gives it flavor. And the fattier cut of hamburger, people like 90-20 or 80-30 or whatever. What I do is I get the fattest 70, 70-40 or something like that.
40.
And then I'll mix it with the one up. I'll get a 5 pound of 70, the fatty, and then I'll get like 2 pounds of the 80 and mix it together. I learned that from Bobby Flay. I used to think leaner burgers are the best. No, they're not. No, they're not. You want the fattier ones, but you can lay them on the grill. I do that with charcoal just to give them a little flavor, but then I always throw them on a griddle or an iron pan, something like that. You want them to sizzle, okay?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it gives them a good bark also. Keep that fat, keep that juice. Moisture is the key. They say never poke protein. I poke it. I just give it a little poke and turn it because I have to. All right. So the timer went off. So now I'm going to shut down this side of the grill. Okay. Completely off. And I could even shut the middle off. Okay, and then I don't want these to overcook. So I'm going to put them on top up here. 2 of them. All right, now I'm going to grab this one. And let's get a 1 minute timer going. Okay, I do everything timer. Usually I'm talking to Alexa or my phone. Okay, but now I'm gonna throw it on there for 1 minute. See how hot that is? Just searing it. Give it a nice little bark. I like crunchiness, not crunchy where you're just a little bark to give it a little snap. It's called reverse sear. A lot of people used to do this first to lock in the juice. And then I think it was Emerald Lagasse I was watching one time. And he said reverse sear is the way to go. He learned in France, somebody in France, and I saw him do it. So I tried it. I always take what people say and I try it. Sure enough, it's a lot better. Grill it first, get the temp, and then reverse sear, put some bark on it. So that's what we're doing here for about a minute. Okay.
So it's definitely more of a texture thing to get that little crispiness on the outside. Also,
yes.
Presentation, right? It does look much nicer when you have a nice thin layer.
Presentation's good, but I have buddies, my family come over, they don't even look at it. They just go to town. But for me,
I can't see anyways.
Exactly. So there went the minute timer. I flipped it over, 1 more minute. Now, I used to, when I had eyesight, I put about 3 on a bigger grill grate. We want to take everything nice and slow when you're low vision, okay? You can't handle as much as a person with that, and that's fine. You can still get it done. I'm not cooking for 20 people. If I am, then some of them are just going to have to wait because I'm not going to ruin the meat, and I'm definitely not going to hurt myself. Okay, so just 1 at a time, make it easy. Same with burgers. I used to do 50 at a time. Now I'll probably put 20. I don't overdo it. You want to be able to keep an eye. Okay, you want to be able to see what's going on, stuff like that. But these grill grates, they're called grill grates. For those of you who like to grill, these are incredible. They are incredible. They're a little on the pricey side, but they're well worth the money. You don't have big flare-ups. You know, you don't have to sit there. You saw it not one time that I have to. These are coated in a little bit of butter before, so it's dripping. The fire's underneath, but there's no big flare-ups. They're called grill grates. Okay. Okay, that one's done. Get it, and I'll put it up top. And then I'll grab the next one. 1 minute timer. And I coated, Mako saw it. I coated the grill with butter. They're already butter, but I went ahead and did it just so you don't want too much, okay? You want that sear to come on. Yeah, that's perfect. So I did put butter on it just so that it wouldn't stick as much, and it still gives it flavor too. And then afterwards, when I take these inside, I will throw another piece of butter and I let them rest for 10 minutes each. at least 10 minutes. If I can fight the kids off, usually they try to run to it right away. But if I tell them it'll taste better, some people let them set longer. I still like them warm. But if you let them set, all the juices, you'll see it start coming out. It relaxes the meat because it tenses up from the heat. So if you let it rest, it'll relax and the juices will soak in a little bit more. You're going to lose them in the beginning. Don't worry about that. It's going to soak back, let it rest. Okay, let the meat come back and relax. That's how you want it. Okay.
Now I've seen folks that do the half onion on the grill, right? They run.
Oh yeah.
Is that to simply season the grill, or is that also so the meat does not stick?
Now, do you see them go over the grill with it? The grates you're talking about?
Yeah, so they'll take the
cut it in half.
The pitchfork, like how you have, cut it in half, and then run
Put it on there.
Yeah,
it's true. I looked into it. I do that. I used to do it quite a bit, but now I have I got one of the wooden cleaners. It more cleans the grill grate.
Okay.
It doesn't really give it flavor because by the time they get hot, it burns off
everything.
But it's a good way to clean it, disinfect it. They said onions are powerful, man. They're really strong.
Oh,
so that's what I used it for. Then I wouldn't eat it. I'd throw it away. But did it give it any flavor? I don't think so. I think it just burns off but it does clean it. It does clean it a little better and disinfect, they say. And when I say disinfect, it's not killing all the bacteria. It's just giving it clean grill grate, right? The heat kills the bacteria.
I've wondered about that. Yeah, because once you drop meat on the grill and you get the sizzle, there's no flavor on that grill. That's just
exactly. No, it burns off. It burns off. All right, so we get our last one. We're gonna stir it. I'm gonna rub it around a little. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, what I like to do though, when I take an onion, I peel it, cut off the top, just a little bit, and then I press it open a little bit, kind of open it up, and then I get butter. Just reach your hand in there and smash it in there. Put some garlic, seasoning salt, and wrap it in foil. And I'll put a bunch of those, like 5 or 6. Put them around the grill before you start and let them start cooking. Then afterwards, you open that up like an onion blossom. So good. The sweetness comes out with the butter. Can't beat it.
Oh yeah.
Can't beat it. I do a lot of veggies. I do eat mainly meat, but my family likes veggies. I like some veggies. I have a couple friends that I make cabbage steaks for, and they're vegetarians. So I clean the grill off real good, and I'll use a different pan if they're really picky. And cabbage steaks, you just cut them thick, salt, pepper. I put a little dash of vinegar. Okay, a little dash, and then I throw them, and you cook them like a steak. And they love them. Not for me, but they love them.
Yeah, we're going to be grilling this weekend as well, and we're doing cactus. We have a friend who's vegetarian coming over, and we have the nopales. Yeah. And we're going to grill those up. I'm going to have to ask someone how to prepare them or season them other than, onions and peppers and stuff like that. But yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, those are good cooked. I usually do that with jalapenos and make a nice dip with cheese.
Oh yeah.
Cactus. It's very popular here, Southern California, Southern Arizona, Texas. Yeah, that's really good. A lot of my vegetarian friends, they use that. Jalapenos are too hot, so they'll use the cactus in place with a little bit of chili. But I like it a little spicy. So yeah, that's good. You just made me want to go get some.
Yeah, cactus is good for you too. It's very nutrient-rich food. Man.
It is.
Like eating aloe.
It is. Really good stuff. But yeah, veggies, you do the veggies the same as a grill. So all the tricks I showed you on the grill, if you're a vegetarian. Yeah, I'll put this. I have butcher paper, so I'm just going to slap it there. And important. Now, I made a mistake one time, and I went too far up, and when I pulled it, plop, the dog got a good steak. Okay, so I make sure I go in the middle, poke through. Okay, and I don't know how good it's on there, but I can feel it. I give it a little shake, and then I can slap it down.
Look at that.
And there you go.
Picture perfect.
Nice bark. Oh, yeah. I can't wait till the camera's off. This is going to be gone in like 2 minutes. My daughter will probably beat me to it.
Don't forget to
She
chew,
loves
man.
steak. And then all safety, okay? I always make sure everything's off. I'll shut the gas off, but close the lid. Now everything's safe. Oh, wait. I almost forgot my other stakes. I won't close it because I'll walk away. You know how we do it.
Yes.
You close something, you put something somewhere else, and you forget about it. So that's it. I had fun. I love grilling. Now, pro tip, I'd like to give a pro tip that I was using. When I trim fat off brisket and stuff, and when I trimmed, I am doing a couple meat, some tomorrow, and I'll use my IrisVision. I cannot trim that good without it. I have to zoom in. I'm not worried about cutting my fingers. We'll do an episode like that, Mako, how to trim the meat. I've learned a lot of tricks, but I actually go to reading high contrast black and white.
Okay.
And the fat sticks out from the meat, so it makes it a lot easier. That high contrast, with the device, you're going to learn different things, different ways. We advise you as coaches how to use it, give you ideas, but you come up with your own like we did. That high contrast, if I drop something on the floor, like a coin or something, I need one of my injection needles, they're safe when they're flat. But to find it with our vision is impossible. I put that thing in black and white, look around, and there it is, the contrast. But little tips, trimming and stuff like that.
I think the important takeaways that I got anyways were preparation, right? Make sure you're prepared. Make sure you have everything out. Minimize the running around, the moving around. We definitely don't want you moving around with the headset. But make sure you have everything where you need it, right? So good preparation. Safety also is a good takeaway. Don't get too close to the fire. You are dealing with fire, and that can be
live. Always live.
It's live. And then safety afterwards. Make sure you shut down, make sure you clean, make sure you leave your workbench as clean as when you found it, as if nothing.
When I get this done, all this will get, that's why I like to put your paper on the table, just roll it up, chunk it, I'm good to go. Give my daughter a steak and she'll probably help me clean up. But that's it. You hit it right. Preparation is key. Once you get started, it's too late to go grab something. You're going to be in there fumbling. Have everything ready. High contrast. Make it easy on yourself. If you see color better, then use color. If you see black and white better, you're colorblind. Get dark with white. High contrast. Contrast. That's the trick. Have everything. Try to get use. Same thing with the plate safety. When you're eating. Have it in one. I always put my meat to the right. Veggies, little tiny bit, but I still eat them. They're to the side. Repetition and contrast, like Mako said. Preparation. Have it all ready to go. Once you got it on the grill, it's too late. You don't want to run off. Okay.
Yes.
Everything ready to go.
All right.
I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Oh,
you're welcome.
Good. Excellent. All right, you guys. Right. Me too, man. I'll be what is it, like a 3-hour drive, something like that. I'll be right there.
Not too far. It'd be worth it.
All right, you guys have a safe 4th of July weekend. Enjoy your friends, enjoy your family, enjoy the food, and we'll see you again next time.
See you guys. Thank you.